All right, guys, welcome back. So the first thing I need to do to lower this front, so I got to take the shocks out. So I got to take out the top of the shock first and get that, mainly because my hood, it won't fully open because I have it all jacked up and everything. And when I jacked it up, I forgot to take that out. So I'm just going to zip those off real quick. I mean, that's no big deal. I can hold it one-handed, zip it off, and do that, and then we'll come down here and take the lower part of the shock off. You can see right here, okay, take that off, and that shock should just come out, okay, out and down. Okay, once we get that shock out, and then we're gonna have to disassemble some parts to get this spring on out of there, because we're going to be replacing that spring. Okay, so I think what they say is just to knock this loose and take this bolt out, knock it down, and then this should just start to swing down. Of course, I have to take the top of the spindle off too, because the top of the spindle will come down also with it, you know. So you want this whole thing just to drop down. So basically, you might actually be able to leave these on. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so basically that whole thing will just drop down there. Okay, we'll have to take this off for sure. That way it drops down. So we got to take some pieces off here. So all right, and like I said, then the top, and then that should be really about it, and everything else should just kind of fall down into place. We might have to take the brake pad off too, but first things first, I'm going to take off that top bolt. Okay, so those top bolts, they were a pain in the ass. I had to die grind them off, cut them off. I think they're the original shocks. I have no idea, but it wasn't fun. I'm just going to tell you that much. It was not fun. All right. Now, let's pull those two bottom bolts off that shock there and see. All right. Get these bottom ones off and see if it falls out. All right. Yeah, that looks nasty. I bet you that is an original shock. All right. Keep those two bolts just in case I need them. Yeah, that was something else there. Okay. I'll go ahead and pull that other shock out on the other side since I got this, and then we'll come back over to this side. Okay. So we can take this bolt out. It's a 9/16. Let's see, gonna have to switch hands. Might be better to come from down below. Let's see here. All right, where it's holding that. Uh-oh. Yeah, all this rust is really on there. Nah, broke. Well, to find a new bolt for that. Yeah. I don't think these have ever been changed. I'm going to buy new bolts, rubber, and everything for that too. So, well, anyway, that's off. You can see all the rust that's just coming out of them. All right, so that'll just pop down now, and might have to cut that off. I don't know once this drops down. Only thing now I see is this bolt right here. So I gotta take that little Carter pin out first, and then it should just be able to start sliding down. I'm gonna get a jack underneath underneath here. That way it just doesn't plop, fly out and kill me, you know. But I need to get things loosened up. So, all right. So the first thing I need to do is get that Carter pin out, and all right. So we'll do that. So there's a little Carter pin that goes in there. Let's see if we can get it out. So whoever put that Carter pin in there, boy, it's deep in there too. You have to get a little screwdriver first and see if I can wiggle it out a little bit. Have something small to get in there right now. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's in there really deep. Where I put that Carter pin in, wasn't messing around. Let's see here. I don't know how. I don't think I could get anything on that. Yeah, I don't. It's just too tight. Oh. This is the real life problems you're going to run into. See, I can't even get the needle nose up in there. And these on this side are too damn short. Well, I'll figure it out and come back. All right, so I wasn't able to get the Carter pins all the way out. They all snapped on all sides. So once I get this bolt out, then I'll have to see if I can punch it through the hole and get all that out. But yeah, none of this has been changed. You know, this is all original stuff. You could tell. It's just like, as much as it's giving me the struggle and everything. Be easier if I had an extra person here. All right, so let's see here. Let's see if I can get a better bite somewhere. Whoo-hee. Yeah, I'm going to struggle here for a little bit, so this is not going to be forgot to drop down. Just had to hammer the hell out of it. Now, we can go ahead and straighten this out. Okay. Okay. Now we'll lift it up, take the nut off, and go from there. And it should just drop right down. Hopefully we don't get hung up on anything. Okay. See, take a little bit of pressure off that. All right, now this jack likes to come down fast, so I gotta just kind of do it slow if I can. Put some hefty bags right here. There we go. Now let's drop this all the way down the bottom. Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? There it goes. Wasn't sprung very much there. Okay. Yeah, almost out. It's all unsprung, just on that. Just catching on here, but it's unsprung. So that's good. Yeah. Oh, we can shake it out. There we go. All right. That spring is out. All right. I'm gonna blow all that crap out of there. There we go. I need a new one of these. I completely got destroyed. Yeah, so I'll have to order one of those. So I won't be able to put all of it back together. I'll be able to put most of it back together, but not all of it. And yeah. All right, so you can see the difference. These are big block springs. You know, so they say it drops about 3/4 of an inch to an inch. All right, and so you got to make sure when you put it back in that there's a little seat that it has to sit in. What else is in here? I thought I cleaned it. I'll scrape it down a little bit more. Well, anyway, there's like a little bit of a seat down in here that you have to get it set in first. Look at all that dirt and rust. You have to make sure it's seated properly. All right, so you're going to jack it back up and get it back up into that spacing. Try to get this back down in there and get that nut back on there. Oh, I gotta clean that hole, clear that hole. Forgot all about that. Okay, so got a little too ahead of myself. Let's just bring it down a little bit and all right. But anyway, that's what you do to get it up in there. All right, so what you want to do is jack it all the way up, okay? And then you want to pound down on this until it meets with this, and then that way your bolt won't move on you, and then you can retighten it. Retighten it back up. Okay, and nope, don't want to twist it, go this way. Come on. Slide into place. Everything's difficult. There we go. Everything slid out of place. There we go. All right. Oh. Just noticed something. That line needs to go underneath. Let's see if it'll fit. Let's see if I get lucky. Ooh, thank God. Because I did not want to re-bleed my brakes. Okay. Okay, that was just lucky. Pure luck. Alright, so there is the shock and spring. Everything's in there. I know a lot of people are going to ask me to replace the rubber, you know. I'm planning on redoing the suspension when I get more money. You know, I want a rack and pinion set. And I kind of want to just change out everything anyway. So I'm not going to go crazy. I don't want to spend the money. And then just in a year or two, you know, I'll have to pay some more. So I'm not going to buy any new rubber right now. This rubber is actually not half bad. Believe it or not. I mean, it's old and it's starting to fray a little bit, but it's not too terrible. Could it be better? Yes. But I'm not made out of money. So this is all just money, you know. I'm not made out of money. So little by little, trying to get, you know, some of the big things done first, and then I'll come back and do that. So there's that. I had to go buy new bolts. Get some grade 8 ones. Just because these shocks are a little bit longer, and these bolts are just a little too thick. You know, so those bolts didn't work. So I just went back with the stock ones, but I had to go a little bit longer to make it work. So I had to go buy new bolts and washers. Okay, so this side's basically done. I got to clean off my fingerprints and stuff like that. And then we got to mill this down just a hair on the outside, because my wheel it presses up right up against this, but it needs to go all the way to the hub itself. So I will grind a little bit of that down to see if I can get that wheel to sit all the way, you know, all the way in. And we're going to go do the other side, and then we'll worry about getting the wheels and stuff. Things might go better on this side. Let's knock on wood. But that bolt came right off and didn't break. I'm still going to buy new bolts, and new rubber for this. But anyway, that's nice. They didn't break or anything like that. All right, so same thing. Just take that off, and then, oh, where's the quarter pin on that one? Ugh, horrible spot. Hard to see. It's like caked on too. Anyway, we'll get that all fixed up. Hopefully I can pull that one out. It doesn't feel like it. Man. All right. Anyway, same thing. struggle with that. Okay, got this side all done. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, this side must have been way easier. Well, not really. You know, it struggled with me. All right, so now we gotta grind these down a little bit on the edges and see if I could get my wheels to fit, because you can see that little lip right there. It's getting caught right on that tiny little lip. The tire goes right up to it and gets caught up on that little lip. So I'm just gonna grind it down a little bit and see if that'll fix my issue with the tire, with the tire going on. And I might not finish tonight, so I'm kind of beat. I might not get too far, so we'll see. If anything, well, I'll call it a night, and you know, I'll see you guys next time. It's on there. I need to get longer studs, and I'm gonna get a chrome piece for this. I was thinking, I bought this cheap little piece here, hoping that would fit. This isn't gonna work, so I'm just gonna order a shiny bit there, and I think that'll look just fine. You know, you're not really going to be able to tell. I'm probably going to be the only one that really notices. So I need to get a new cap for my hub and some longer studs. But the wheel does fit on there. I need about an inch. So I just stick that in there, pull it out. That's pretty close an inch. I'll go measure it a final time. But I kind of want to get it just on the ground and see how it's going to sit. So I'm going to go do the other side real quick. All right, so now with the tires on, we might, I don't know, we might just clear that. I might have to take the very, very bottom out. But on the other side, it's hitting the front right there. Just barely. So we're really close. Of course, it still needs to settle, so I can come down a little bit. I drove it out and drove it back in, but that's not enough to get that spring to settle. I'll do it a few more times, back and forth, but look how sticky those tires are. Oh, that's really hard to turn when it's Alright, so see there, and very close, and yep, hitting that front just barely. Really, really, really close. Well, I still got a few things to do to it. So, but at least we got it to this point. And let me straighten out the wheels, and we'll take a little peek at it. All right. This is what we're looking at. I know it's going to drop a little bit. Like I said, I just need to drive it in and out a few times. Got tight quarters in here, but this one, now I need to adjust the back to match whatever this is going to be. So, but yep. One step closer, and yeah. And look, those tires are just almost just perfect. I mean, I can't get any better than that. I really like how that tire just sticks out. All right. Well, anyway, I gotta order a few more parts before I actually start driving it, and of course I gotta do some body work. I definitely gotta get longer studs for sure. I don't feel comfortable driving with what I got on there, so You know, I'll pull it in and out. That's no big deal. But actually, like driving it down the road, no, it's kind of scary. It's kind of a scary idea. And then, like I said, once it settles more, then we'll figure out the ride height, and then go from there. All right, guys. I'm tired. See you guys next time.